Okay, today we are going to make the project part handle, which is this one, and which is here. Okay, so first thing you want to do is go to the web course and download the slides and the image, TIF image. Okay, after that, so you can close this, and yeah, we don't have homework for this part as well as the part in lab 4, and but you still need to prepare that for the report. Okay, so that's the part, and basically this one is made of 4 extrudes. So you can see we have a small piece on the top, okay, and the bigger piece, which will require 2 extra extrude to make this hollow chamber as well as those holes. And the last one is the swept. Okay, let's go ahead. And first, well, also here is the overall sketch, or all sketches stacked together. And we do have 4 datums for this swept. Okay, so first let's go through this part. Alright, so new file, and we save to desktop. So first thing you want to build a sketch. Okay, so sketch on XY plane, a circle that is 5/16 in diameter, and then another line which is a reference line, and you want to put a dimension from x-axis to the line, and make sure this one is 5.909. That will be some the marker for us to align the raster image. So next step, we're going to finish the sketch first, then go to View, Visualization, Raster or Raster, specify your image, go to where you download the TIF file, and as you can see, we do have okay, the size provided. So if you don't want to adjust the size, you can simply type in the number I give you here. Okay, and let's see, the length is 3.7491, and you want a bigger texture size, might be even bigger. Okay, I'll try the bigger one, then create a raster. So with I need to go back and change this. So with this size, it should give you apply. Let's do this again. Okay, apply first. Double click the picture and change the size. Hope this will work, but it didn't. Well, then resize. That's about 6.79. Okay, 6.79, which is close enough. Then let's move the picture. Here, this one looks good, and let's go down to the horizontal line we just drew here. So it looks all good, and the alignment and the size. So we'll just click OK, and now we can start drawing the first or trace the first sketch. So we can go back to the first sketch, and I'm gonna have a look. You have a arc here, straight line maybe, and arc. It's pretty nasty, and Also, you can use studio splines, which I'm not very comfortable with this, but if you want to use this, it's just point put point on the curve you see on the roster. So you can keep doing this, okay? And you might want more points on the place where you got tighter corners. But personally, I'm not very comfortable with this. So that's how you can use a studio spline. Okay, so just keep doing this, and you should be able to get a the outline of the first sketch. Okay, so I'm gonna do this my way, and which is the arc. And let's see, be a straight line here, might be tangent. Okay, tangent. Now trim this off. Tangent. This goes inside, by the way, so do it just like this. And we can adjust the point here. And you can also use this edit curve. We have 3 points you can move around, and just like this. Okay, and you want tangent here maybe, and forgot which one I clicked. Okay, tangent first, second. Okay, and now you want to add a curve again. Pull this down, pull this closer, like so. Yeah, well, maybe you want to just use spline. Okay. Alright, I'll keep the first one. And then put a fillet here, so that'll be much easier for my life. Okay, then this arc, let's imagine this goes extended this way, and it goes here, so somewhere here. Also, we have another section from the bigger one. I'm gonna skip this one, and the bigger one you can see it goes from looser arc goes to the tighter one, so it probably has 2 arc or 3. So I'm gonna just start from one first, and we can put the second one. Tangent is the best choice. If you cannot do that, just that's fine. And for this, between 2 arc, I'll put in fillets, so it'll be tangent anyway. And also between these 2. Okay. So the trick is just skip one session, then use fillet for between them. Okay, now this curve, and the fillet between the 2 arcs. And if it does like this, we can try to maybe just zoom in. and drop the arc first and then drag to the ideal position. Then let's go, there's one here, we can finish it now. Okay, and then it goes to the top, which is nasty, and I'm gonna make this first. So let's imagine this goes beyond this point, so I'll drop the point there, and somewhere here in between will be this one, and we can use a fillet to finish, to connect those two arcs. Alright, and as to the teeth here, let's see, we can use a couple straight lines first, like straight line here, also here, it goes from maybe here and here. And here you can adjust this a little bit, just that'd be fine. And I want this arc goes all the way to the straight line, so we can put another fillet here to make this very smooth transition. Then we'll use fillet here. Drop this first, maybe. No. Okay. Fillet. Okay, for this corner. Now for this. Then here. Sometimes you may want to zoom in to avoid those auto snapping. So if the fillet is reversed, we can pick the curves in the reversed order. So I'm gonna drag this one a little bit. Okay, so let's have a look. We have the shape of this first sketch, and let's extrude with the hole. So I'm on connected curve, so I want to pick this one. I can use wireframe and also pick a circle in the middle. Then that's the extrude, and note the value, and the end is symmetric value, which will be 1/8 in the value. So apply. That will be our first extrude. So you can continue doing this for the second sketch, and let's do this and just hide the extrude. And I want to go back to studio to see the roster, and I'm gonna hide the first sketch, F8, and we will start chase the second sketch. So first we're gonna build a sketch here, okay, and let's see arcs, and so the second sketch goes around this path, okay. So as you can see, we have a big arc here, not quite, but drop this first and close the command, and we're gonna adjust it a little bit. We can use edit curve. You'll make the adjustment faster at the middle of the arc. So it goes up, and seems like there's a small step here. So I'm just gonna use another arc for this one and finish the command, adjust the curve. Okay, so we skipped this corner here. We will use a fillet to fill this in, and the next arc, we can also adjust, and next one. So for this one, looks like it's pretty well connected. We can also skip this too. Just figure out there's one arc here, there's another tighter arc right here, so we can put this tighter arc. Well, this goes to the outside, so I need to put this one out. Okay. So that's the line we want to chase, and adjust. Okay, we can even put this one here, so we can leave this section alone and go for the big one, the really big arc. Try to make this just using one arc. Okay, so as you can see, there is a little bit difference, so we're gonna do more adjustments, and now we can use fillet to fill in the gaps between those arcs. And as you can see, it's not at the right position, so I'm gonna pick the top first instead of the bottom. Well, that's bottom first, top second. Okay, somewhere here. Alright, that's not good. Then 3-point arc, on curve, tangent. As you can see, we have one tangent on the top, and it's not coincident. I want to delete this first, so you can see a solid blue line, a blue dot. And for the bottom, we can delete the line. If you feel this good enough, that's fine. And I'm gonna put a tangent here. Okay, so that's you got both tangent, continuous arc. Then for the top, let's see if the fillet is going to work. That's not, so I'm gonna adjust this point. Try fillet again. If not, I just use 3-point arc. Okay, 3-point arc on curve, and also point on curve. I want to pick this one. Okay, and you can make this tangent. First, we need to trim something off. As you can tell from the dot, it's a hollow dot, so it's not a coincidence. There is something sticking out. Now this one's good, and we can also trim this. Put a tangent constraint here, and if you feel this point is not very good, you can drag the point around to match the image. Okay, that's good. Then tangent, put a fillet between this. That was easy. And the fillet between those two. Okay, and let's see, we have pretty much the left top part. Then goes down to this part. Skip this small one from here to somewhere here. Okay, and I want to adjust this point. and fillet between them. Okay, and that'll be a huge. You can tell this one is arc because it's going like this. So we can just start from the end point, and then goes down to here, and you have the vertical constraint that's pulling you away from this point. So I'm gonna drop it here first, and I just drop it like this, and close the command. I'm gonna drag the point back to where this should be, and we can right click, edit curve. You have the midpoint. Move this on the curve, click OK, and as you can see, it's tangent already. If you don't have that, you should add a tangent constraint. And we can leave this section alone, go for the other big long arc. So it ends about here. Still we have the vertical constraint pulling us away. So drop the arc first, close the command, and move this to the proper location. You can also adjust curve. Okay, and I leave it here just for another fillet between this and this arc. So as you can see, we probably have one arc here and a fillet here, another arc down like this, and we can start from this arc, go to the top somewhere here, and get close to the image. As you can see, the bottom is already tangent. We can trim this off, and you can also edit the arc. Okay, so it will keep the bottom tangent. And let's move to the longer arc between those two sections that's sticking out. So we can adjust here. The top looks fine, the bottom looks not that fine, but let's see if we can just put this. Nope, it's not a good position. So looks like this one needs to be tighter, smaller radius. So I'm gonna pull the midpoint out, then put a fillet on the top, and put a fillet here, which is not very good. And let's see what we can do. Okay, try a smaller fillet. Alright, so as you can see, this thing is skewed. So let's move things around to see how we'll be able to get this shape. Okay, we don't need this, so I'm gonna delete this. That's why it's getting weird. So adjust that. Maybe this one need to be a little bigger, smaller in radius, and adjust this. Now it looks pretty good, and we do have the bottom left, so use a fillet for the bottom. Okay, that's all for this. We can finish sketch and have a look. Then if this looks pretty good, then just extrude into a symmetric value, 316. And here you don't want use inferred, or unite, you can just use none. Okay, make sure this is none here. Alright, so have a look at what we have now. We do have those two pieces. Okay, so next step, I'm going to make a the third sketch to make this piece hollow in the middle. So hide and hide, F8, and we're going to build another sketch on XY plane. Then the sketch will be this one. Okay, look for the shape in this stacked sketch. So from here to about here, actually the outside does not matter that much, and then that's the inside that matters from here. So let's see, 3-point arc. Yeah, again, so point here, another point about here goes up. Alright, then from the end point to about here, if you imagine this arc goes beyond this fillet, which is pretty good estimate, and we can from here, and it's about, you can see the two arcs from here and here. That's the middle is the transition point. So about so, and for the next session we'll keep using 3-point arc, and from the end point of the previous arc, and make this tangent. Okay, and we can still adjust the end point a little bit. Hopefully we can adjust this more to here. And as you can see in the slides, we do have an angle for this straight line. So I'm gonna start from the bottom here, go up, and we got the vertical constraint. And I'm gonna delete this, put a dimension between this line and axis. So this line and x, which is 92 degrees. Okay, and we got the direction. We still need to move this to a proper location. So I'm gonna move this and attach to on curve. Okay, maybe not, just put this here. Okay, put this one here and quick extend, which cannot make this touching the straight line. So I'm gonna use tangent constraint. Okay, so as you can see, this arc moved a little bit. So let's try to move things around to make this go back to where this should be. And tangent, extend this point and move this down a little bit so it'll match better. We can trim off the top, then come back, put the fillet back in. Alright, and that'll be the last arc, 3-point arc, on curve, end point, looks like this, and then fillet to connect the two arcs or two curves. Okay, we have this left. That's gonna be a straight line, horizontal. I'll make this horizontal first. Then use quick trim, trim this off, also this. So that's the sketch 3. We can finish sketch, and let's show you the second extrude. And we're gonna extrude the third sketch into a symmetric value of 1/8. Okay, and you want to pick subject and pick the handle, the main body of the handle, so we can cut into this piece. If you want, you can click show result, and let's hide the raster. So that will be the result. If you feel okay, we can just click OK. And now we unite this piece to the first extrude. Okay, unite, pick either one, and pick next one, click OK. Now this is a whole solid body, a single piece. Now next we're gonna build 3 assembly holes to for the parts inside this chamber. So that's gonna be another sketch on XY plane. Okay, and now we don't need the raster pitch. We have very detailed dimension for this. So we have 3 holes and 3 reference lines. That's my cell phone. Okay, and turn 3 reference lines into reference line. And now we can add some dimensions. So dimension from x-axis to the center of this arc will be 1.386 inch, and well, we can put in the diameter first, 1/8. That'll be 1/8. The last one is 5/32. Then some angles here. From this line to x-axis will be 41.435, and from this line to x-axis will be 47.274. And let's put the distance between the holes. So this will be 3/4, and this line will be 13/32. Alright, and let's see what we're missing. As you can see, it's not fully constrained. It needs one constraint, which is this corner, 87 degrees. So from x-axis to this line will be 87.133 degrees, and it's fully constrained. And here I'm gonna show the previous extrude, and you can finish sketch, or you don't have to. You can just use extrude and be careful of the values. So from 1.1875 to minus 0.15625. I believe those are fractures, and it's automatically give us a subject if you hit apply. So that will give us the assembly holes, which is through hole on the top side, but it's not a through on the back of your handle. Okay.